Hello stock investors, I'm Jerry Romine here in Barbados, and today is really a big day because my new buy signal and watch list are finally ready to share and will now be appearing in our daily hot stocks. This video is being made for my patrons, and if you are not part of my Patreon community yet, that's okay, and you're more than welcome to stick around and see what we're all about. Today's video is brought to you by Webull, and if you've not already received your 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850, why not take 5 minutes and use the link down below to get your Webull account started. You get 2 free stocks, I get 1 free stock, and that's helping out the channel, and I really appreciate it. And be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and then grab a huge cup of coffee and hang on, because this buy signal is going to help us make some money trading stocks. The buy signal is called the JR1, and before we jump into the charts and go over everything, I want to set up the ground rules for using the signal because there is a time and place to use it. Buy signals are like tools in a carpenter's tool bucket. Each tool has a specific purpose. For example, if you want to put a nail into a board, you want to grab a hammer. If you want to put a screw in drywall, a hammer is the wrong tool. And with stock investing, the same principles apply. A few things you need to know about the JR1 buy signal. Number 1, it works best in an uptrend. Number 2, the signal does not always happen very often, which is why I love it. And number 3, it can be used in other market conditions, but today we're only going to focus on using it in uptrends. And for now, if the stock is not in an uptrend, we will ignore the buy signal. Now let's take a look at the JR1 buy signal on the charts. We're now looking at the JR1 signal in action, and that's this purple one that says the JR1 LE100, and anytime that happens, it tells us that the buy signal has triggered. The first thing I want to stress is this buy signal works best when we're in an uptrend, and to help us out with that, I'm using the JR2 signal, which is another signal that I'm working on, because it really gives us a good idea of the buy signal. And the simple thing on this is it's a good time to buy if the price is above the green line, and if it's below the red line, that's a good time for us not to buy. So that's going to help us show out the trend. A few other things for this stock right now, we're looking at TPL, which is Texas Pacific Land Corporation, and these guys are an oil stock that I'm really interested in buying. I love what they're doing. They don't have regular oil costs because they've got the rights to the land, so it's definitely a stock that you want to check out. Now, a few other things we want to point out on here is this is a 6-month chart that we're looking at, and in the last 6 months, we've only had 4 different buy signals triggered. So if a stock is in a nice uptrend, we may not get a lot of buy signals, and I actually like that because it's very clear when we want to take action or not. And if we use the green line, these are the movements that we're after on these stocks. So hopefully that helps out and lays the groundwork for what we're doing. One other thing to point out here on the left-hand part of the screen, we've got the JR1, and this is our watch list. And here we can see all of the different stocks. This is the last price, the percent changed, the PE ratio, and this is just estimated. We've got the percent change over the last 3 months. That's this column right here. And our last column, we're going to go over in just a little bit more. It has to do with the enter price for when the buy signal is triggered, and we'll cover that here in just a second. Now, I really want to drive home why the trend is important. So right now we're looking at Microsoft, and as we can see, this stock is not in a clear trend. Over the last month, they're up 3.1%. Over 2 months, they're up 1.8%. Over 3 months, they're up 7%. So this stock is definitely not trending upward, and we can see we've got a lot of buy signals. So if a stock is not in a good trend, we just simply want to ignore the buy signal, and hopefully I can drive that point home with this chart right here. Okay, we're now looking at Discovery, and this stock has been on absolute fire. And if you look at the chart here, right down here it was trading at just under $20, ran all the way up to $78. In the last 6 months, we only had 2 buy signals triggered on it, which is beautiful, and we would have loved to catch this run up. What I want to point out here is the importance of trending. In the beginning, this stock was not trending. We had the red line, which told us, hey, stay out of this stock, and this is rare because we've had a really long green line, and this stock just fell off of a cliff, and it is dropping like a falling knife right now, and we want no part of it. So this red line here is going to tell us, hey, even if I had a buy signal right now, I have 0 interest in that stock. Okay, that covers the groundwork for seeing a few of the do's and don'ts on the stock. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty details. Let's take a look at the first stock on our watch list. So we're now at the JR1. I'm going to click on it, and it's AVG. And when it pulls up, we can see this stock is in a really nice upward trend. We've actually had quite a few different buy signals, and we've got our green line. We want to take that signal if it's over the green line. If it's under the green line, like this first one here is, we don't want to take the signal. It went sideways, it changed to a green line, and then the stock was off to the races. And on this movement, it went from 158 up to 200. So that would have been a nice little movement to catch. Now, the first thing I want to show you is over here on our watch watch list, anything that's in green means that the stock is higher than the price whenever that enter price was triggered. And right now, this is from Friday, 77% of the stocks that triggered this buy alert were higher on Friday, which is absolutely impressive. Now let's go over the enter point on the chart. So here we have our most entry point, and this was on Friday. It's this bar right here. So we're just going to highlight this and zoom in on it. And what I want to show you is the entry point on the chart is marked by this little purple triangle right at the top. It kind of disappears when I point to it, but it's right here. That's the purple triangle. So this buy alert was triggered at that point, and then the stock has continued to run up. Now we know that the stock has ran up because the price is higher. So we can see the buy signal was triggered right here at 192.42, right here, and the stock is now at 199.29. So a real nice movement, and every time it is higher over here, that's going to show. So now let's talk about the enter signal on the chart. If it's green, we know the price is currently higher, and if it's orange, we know the price is currently lower. So let's take a look at Bally, where it's orange, and here we can see the price was triggered at the very top, right up here. If we look at the price at $74, however, the stock went down to $69.85. So if I was looking to buy this buy signal, I've got two choices. I could either say, hey, I love where this is going and I'm okay, I'm just getting a really good deal to buy lower, or I could wait until the price goes back over where that buy signal was triggered. What I want to stress is just because it's orange doesn't mean that it's still not a hot stock or it's still not a buy signal we want to watch. We definitely want to be aware of where those signals are and what the stock is doing. And the point on this JR1 scan with the green and the orange is now we're able to quickly take a look at the watch list and say, wow, these stocks are trading above and they're definitely going in the direction of the buy signal that we want. So hopefully this makes it a little easier for you to sort and find the ones that you're interested in. All right, the secret sauce is in generating the signal, and I'll take care of that on my end, and then I will be delivering this watch list to you. So let's just go over a couple more and pick them out at random here. Cake is a company that I like. We can see that the signal was triggered at $60.55. The stock is up 4.13% on the day, and it's currently trading at $62.01. So we click on Cake. We've got the signal triggered. We can see that we're in the green, and it's over, so that's a real plus signal. So this is definitely a stock that I'm interested in, and you definitely want to check out the fundamentals on the stock. Whatever your trading rules are, you want to check those out. I already know this stock. It's trending very well, so this is one that I'm interested in. Okay, let's take a look at another one, and we've got CIT, and the enter price was $51.33. It's currently trading at $52.50. It was up 3.92% on the day. So we click on it. Here it is, and we can see that little bar right here. Oh, and this happens to be one that I bought, and I've got my trail stop in right now, and it's currently a 10% trail stop, so this is definitely one that I'm in on already. Next up, let's take a look at another one. How about if we look at Play? Now, this is a beautiful chart here. We've got a couple of areas when we wanted to stay out of it, and we only have, two different buy signals. We've got one all the way back here in December, and that's whenever it was trading at $26.06, and now it's all the way up to $51.73. We just picked up a buy signal on it. It's trading a little bit higher, and it has a bit of a tail on the top, so another possibility for us. Let's take a look at one more for an example. Let's go with Ruth. And this is a stock that I'm kind of surprised I didn't buy on Friday because I definitely had a buy signal. Everything looks pretty good on it, and I know this stock. In the last 6 months, we've only had 2 buy signals. One right here, and what date is this? On the 31st, and then we just had one yesterday. And for our buy signal, we keep it here for normally 2 to 3 days. So this is 1 day, this is 2 days, and this one just triggered on Friday. And hopefully that's really helping you out with the buy signal. I think it's really powerful. And what I really want to stress is we've been in a really weird market lately. A lot of the growth stocks and EV stocks have been beaten up, and finding winners has been tough. Well, this is one of my favorite buy signals, and you're starting to see why. And even in this crazy market we have, you can see we've got a lot of opportunities here, and this will now be in our hot stocks over in the Patreon channel. That's the new JR1 signal that will now be included in our daily hot stocks, and I wanted to create this video to show you how the buy signal works and what it looks like on the charts. I also showed the red and green JR2 signal to help show the trend, and that's another one that I'm working on as well. This is one of my favorite buy signals, and I'm looking forward to your feedback on our Hot Stock channel. That's all for today, and as always, I try to give as much value as I can, and this will be a huge addition to our Hot Stocks. I hope everyone enjoyed today's video, and if you're not already in my Patreon, you should consider joining the community. Hot Stocks and buy signals are just a small part of what we're all about. Here's to cutting our losses fast, letting our winners run, and lots of profits. Peace, and I'll see you on the next video.